Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about a whole bunch of nonsense. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're going to get on with this tonight. So, I was just over on the Bird app, Twitter, and I saw, well, I don't know, I saw earlier that Xbox wanted to buy freaking Sega and and Bungie. That was pretty interesting reading, to be completely honest with you. What's up, Mr. Dude? What's up, Severin? um, Dude, this is gonna be interesting for like for like the little fanboys and stuff. I'll tell you what, guys. I played Final Fantasy all freaking weekend, so I didn't really have time to really put anything together or think of anything. I got home from work today. I took a nap. I was super duper tired, man. Um, I stayed up so late this weekend playing that game, man. Why wouldn't they want to buy Sega? Bungie? Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I yeah, Sega sounds like a good fit for Xbox. To be completely honest with you, um, I got, like I was saying, man. I got done playing Final Fantasy 16, man. I would say I'm a pretty decent Final Fantasy fan. Like I've played a lot of Final Fantasies. I remember earlier growing up, on like PlayStation, Super Nintendo, stuff like that. Squaresoft, before they become Square Enix, Squaresoft, they used to make some really heavy hitting games that that really did defy like visuals. Like you always knew when you bought a Squaresoft game, you were going to get some amazing visuals and some amazing music and stuff like that. So when I was playing, and dude, I'm so grateful that Square Enix provided that review code for Final Fantasy 16. That's super awesome for them, man. My channel is pretty small, and to be able to get Square Enix to give me a review code for games now, that's so awesome. What's up, Onyx? How's it going, man? So I got a lot of people on Twitter and in the comments section and stuff telling me that I'm a Square Enix shill now. That just sucks, man. You start getting free codes and everybody starts calling you a shill. um, well, no, I'm re-becoming a Square Enix fanboy. I really wish they would remake some Parasite Eve, bro. I would like to see Parasite Eve come back. That'd be freaking awesome. Even if they just did like a remake, like they did Final Fantasy. That'd be freaking awesome, man. That'd be very cool. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I did not think I was gonna get through. I did not think I was gonna get through Final Fantasy over the weekend. But I knew immediately when I saw them two dudes kissing, bro, that it was definitely a PlayStation first party game. So yeah, if you're gonna play, yeah, there's a Bud Light minute in there. Had to crack a Bud Light for that one. By the way, Frog have had 4090 against the RTX 70 and native 4K all week at this point. Nice, nice. Yeah, I have no doubt that the 7900 XTX is a good card. Like I have no doubt. 40 hours is a good length for that game. See, here's the thing though, man. Like a lot of people are like, oh, with the cutscenes, the cutscenes. I've heard that so much today. I'm like, if the cutscenes are good and they add to the story and it adds value, I don't have a problem with them. Now, I mean, I'm not going to go back on what I've said before. I would like a really good cutscene at the beginning of the game and at the end. But the way Final Fantasy 16, it does front load a lot of it does front load a lot of those cutscenes to like the beginning of the game. But as you start going through the whole game, oh my gosh, man, oh my gosh, what a visual treat! What a visual treat! I was very happy with that game. Very, very happy. Um, I would say they're pretty close on honestly, Cabbage. I'd say they're pretty close. The cutscenes for Final Fantasy 16 and Diablo, they're pretty close, man. They both look really, really good. It's just out by small margin, sure, but we still have a better card, but it's worth. That yeah, I as long as the card, as long as the 7900 XTX would do native 1440p on everything I wanted to play, I wouldn't even need freaking DLSS. Got my Final Fantasy copy coming today. Nice, nice. Gonna sell it when I finish it. Much cheaper than buying, much cheaper to buy on CD. Yeah, I mean, if I don't know if dude joints, it's a good game, bro. It's a good game. That's one you should definitely probably hang on to. Oh yeah, I mean my 3080 still does pretty good. No, I don't necessarily think it's one and done joints. I'm actually wanting to play. I'm actually wanting to play it again. To be completely honest with you, man, because after you beat the game, then you unlock New Game Plus, and then there's different modes in there, and that combat, the combat and like the upgrade system and stuff is so good that wow, is a bees straight up. Yeah, I mean, I might buy one. I might just build another. Dude, I love my 1440p. I don't care about ray tracing that much. I do like shadow ray trace. I do like ray trace shadows, but I don't really care for don't really care much for the reflections, man. It does. I yeah, dude. I feel like I'd be happy with an R with an XTX. Yeah, I'm not really one. The only things that I like is, I mean, I like having my Nvidia freaking broadcast, but I don't really use GeForce Experience that often. I'm not gonna be buying a. I was. I just saw another streamer. I just saw another streamer that I follow, or a YouTuber. He said his 4090 caught on fire, or it started smoking. He went to. He's a sim racer. He went to go get some from upstairs. Came back and he could like smell the smoke and noticed that his 4090 was melting. It was melting. It was his PS5. I heard that the PS5, dude. I seen a few videos of the PS5 overheating on Final Fantasy. I'm like, oh man, that's pretty bad, dude. I went through that whole game, and like you'll get to sections in that game that are like, whoa, dude. Like there's just so much on screen at one time. I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. So here's the thing, guys. Like, I really don't think after playing that at 30 frames per second, I do not think that Starfield is going to be a problem at 30 frames a second. I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. Not even a little bit. I was able to play that game. I was able to get used to playing Final Fantasy at 30 frames per second. Every now and then when you turn the corner too fast, it like the screen looks all blurry or whatever, but I was able to play that. And as fast and frantic as that combat is in there, it's pretty good. Pad tracing looks incredible on yeah, Cyberpunk is one. Got a lot of yeah, you're right. You're right, but that's oh, I don't know, joints. That's kind of unfair. I'll do a video showing like the in-game footage of Final Fantasy versus of Diablo because I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I feel like the visuals of Final Fantasy 16 are a lot higher quality and there's more on screen at a time. Like you can look out over the distance and see like the draw distance and visuals and stuff, you know, trying to compare that to a top-down game. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot more going on the on the on the Final Fantasy side. But I mean, if they did drop it to 720p consistently, they could definitely get that 60. But because once you get into combat, man, in the performance mode, it's 60 frames a second. So if they dropped it like they did on that, I bet it could do it. I don't know, man. I loved Diablo 4. Let's just face it, man. There's been so many good games this year. Like I don't even know how to choose now. Like I don't know how to choose. I mean, my year started off strong for me, man. I got Forspoken. I love that. Dude, there's just been so many dang good games out this year that man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to pick a game of the year this year. What's up? I'm waiting for winter to play this game so I can heat my house too. just wait till just wait till winter so you can play some freaking Final Fantasy 16, man. Redfall, game of the year. Yeah, I'm just gonna put Redfall as my game of the year. The heck with it. Then I don't have to then nobody can blame me for being a shill. Redfall is my game of the year. It's gonna be impossible to beat Redfall. Redfall is my game of the year. Yeah, Hogwarts was this year too, man. We had first I got Forspoken in January, then I got Hogwarts Legacy right after that. I need to finish Hogwarts Legacy. I need to sit down and finish that. I really do. I have to sit down and finish that one. I played like 17 hours on the Xbox, and then I played, like another 7 hours on PC, man. The PC the PC run was a little bit easier to do because I already had, let me see, Hogwarts. Hogwarts. I had almost 9 hours on there. Wowzer. Yeah, I had almost 9 hours on that. So I mean I've got about 20, what is it, like 26 hours invested in Hogwarts, but I wish it would have had freaking crossplay or cross save, man, because that game right there, if I wouldn't have put this time into the PC version, I probably would have finished it. That's the thing. If I didn't put this in there, I would have finished it. I would have finished it. If I didn't put that extra time into the PC version, I would have beat Hogwarts Legacy. I should have just finished it on the Xbox. Oh, I know. That's the thing, man. If I would have just not bought that on PC and just played it on the Xbox, I would have been fine, man. Like it doesn't look bad on the Xbox. It plays really good. It's more broken on the PC than it was on the consoles. And I could have played that game on my Series S and been happy, to be completely honest with you. I played some of that on the Series S and I thought it was fine. Baby Cake, she played through it on the Series S. I will definitely buy Final Fantasy 16 on the PC when that comes out. I just want to see if my PC can run that at 1440p 60, man. Indiana Jones, made by Machine Games. I think it's going to be good. Think it's going to be good. I don't know, man. Dude, my PC barely runs fucking Hogwarts at 1440p at 60 frames. That shit stutters so bad, and that's not even that big of an open world. I would say Final Fantasy 16 has more detail than Hogwarts Legacy, though. If you run those two side by side, Final Fantasy looks significantly better. Like the stonework and everything in those castles, man. I right when I saw that first castle in Final Fantasy 16, I knew I was in love. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks so beautiful." And then you get to some of the other castles farther into the game. Oh my gosh. That game is freaking awesome, man. I think they did a really good job on that. What's up, my love? Oh, you want these? I had a little bit of them. Don't give me those eyes. We left the bag open all the time, anyways. You little fat dog. She's not gonna share. Quit begging. EggsBox. Always EggsBox and Final Fantasy. VRR range. Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna be like the ponies. I don't think Final Fantasy 16 can run on an Xbox. I'm just joking. I'm kind of glad that it's not on Series S, to be completely honest with you. After seeing what it did to the PlayStation 5, what are they gonna do, man? Like, what would they do? Series S, you'd be going back down to like PS2, like 244p. Sucker for the yeah. So here's the thing with this with the quick time events. I don't really care for them much, but dude, they were like when you're sitting there pounding that X button, it was pretty cool. Like, yeah, you have to see what's stronger than you. 3080 can't run Hogwarts Legacy at 1440p 60. How much VRAM? 10 gigs. Yeah, any of those games, Sev, that need more than freaking eight gigs of VRAM, 10 gigs. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I probably will go for 7900 XTX. That way, because I'm kind of freaked out about that 4090 now. I'm kind of freaked out about that 4090 just melting and stuff. Final Fantasy. So if I do buy a 4090, I'm buying a pre-built. To be completely honest with you, then I get a warranty with everything. I'll just buy a pre-built. If it starts on fire, cool, whatever. I get a new one. I heard there was a possibility of Xbox wanting to acquire Square Enix. Don't know. I think it was Sega they were talking about, Joe. You got sucked into no brain game. Cabbage. I don't know, man. I would recommend playing this game, Cabbage, just so that you can see if it's something that if it's something that you would like, bro. Like I do think that out of every game on the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16 is worth buying a digital PlayStation 5 for. Final Fantasy 16 is worth buying a PlayStation to play. It is. It is. That game is so gosh damn good. It's not even funny, man. It's not even funny how good that game was. I played through that and it seriously made me want to jump back on and redo my review for God of War and give it a 4, dude. Seriously want to like I was thinking, I'm like, wow, dude, this game is incredible. And God of War was like a sputtering mess, dude. It was like, are you serious, bro? Sony Santa Monica couldn't beat Square Enix at their own game? Really? Really? I was like, oh my gosh, even the two dudes kissing in the middle of the game wasn't enough to like freak me out, bro. What's up, Kenneth? What's up, my friend? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. When it comes to Final Fantasy 16, I absolutely love that freaking game. I absolutely loved it. And I do believe that that is worth buying at least a digital PlayStation 5. At least a digital PlayStation 5. Now you might, I mean, yeah, dude, it's definitely worth having. That was, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. That was a good get for PlayStation, and they really needed it with only Spider-Man 2 coming out this year and games as service going forward. Yeah, dude, not one PlayStation first party game could even come close to touching Final Fantasy 16. That's how freaking good that game is. That's how good it is. That's how good it was. I was so immersed this weekend. Oh my, yeah, dude, I was so immersed in it. God of War, Ragnarok, and absolute Dreamcast guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Dude, that guy's a Sony shill, bro. I like Horizon Forbidden West. I thought it was a good game. I gave it a 90. God of War Ragnarok, man. Like seriously, after playing Final Fantasy 16, it almost makes you want to go back and re-review God of War and like knock some points off it, man. Because that just was irritating. That was just irritating. And after playing Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, wow, dude, they really, really, really dropped the ball with God of War. They really dropped the ball with God of War. If they were less worried about their whole political whatever nonsense and just made a God of War game like Final Fantasy made a freaking mature rated Final Fantasy game, God of War would have been a freaking bombshell. But no, dude, they're like, oh, yeah, we gotta have rainbows in there, and we gotta do this, and we gotta be out. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. So dumb. Next game to review. Actually, right now I'm working on AEW. I'm working on AEW right now. I got it early. I'll have my review out for it in 2 days on the 28th at 8 in the morning here. Well, is it 8 for me? Yeah, I think it's 8 in the morning. So tomorrow I'll start doing all of that stuff. What's up, Elden Lord Raiden? You always say I'm your favorite e-beggar, but then you never give me any spare change. Where's my spare change, bro? I need spare change. Dig deep. Did you play WW 2K22 or 23? I I mean you can tell. I guess I could tell you guys a little bit. I'm not supposed to. I'm on embargo until the 28th. Like I'm not really supposed to say anything about it until then. But I didn't immediately turn it off, like I did with the other one. I wouldn't go as far as N64. I would say more like PS2, PS3. It's got that old it's got that nostalgic value because I used to play. Okay, so me and my brother-in-law before he took his own life, we used to when we were younger, man, when I was married to his sister and stuff, we would get those wrestling games and we would play them all the time, and it gives me that old school nostalgic value. And I thought it was pretty good. No, I'm not on an NDA. I'm just not I'm not supposed to give out a review. I'm not supposed to do a review or anything until then. I'll tell you. Oh, okay. This is the one thing I'll say about AEW until my review comes out. This game feels like something that you would have played on your PS2, PS3 game, but at with with much better visuals at 60 frames per second. Yeah, same thing, I guess. I would say it's closer to that. I would say it's closer to that. Ice cold. I would say it's closer to that. I mean, it's cool. There's like, yeah, working hard for my codes. I work hard for my codes. Yeah, dude, it's either that or monetize my fan base, bro. I don't want to beg you guys for money. So yeah, dude, I like getting the free. I like getting access to stuff early, man. I like that. I like being able to have it early so I can do a review. I'll tell you what, man. I bought Final Fantasy 16. I played it at 10 o'clock at night. They gave me a review code the next morning. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So I agreed to, do that. I got a friend at work that hates JRPGs and he doesn't play them. So I had him. Is Final Fantasy 16 better than Final Fantasy 7 Remake? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. It is. Final Fantasy 7 Remake is like Final Fantasy 7. I did like I Final Fantasy 16 is now my favorite Final Fantasy. Before that it was probably Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9 was probably my favorite until this weekend when I finished 16. I loved 16, man. I loved how it starts off. Like that game is just one freaking hit after another. And as the story starts to change and as you start to learn more about what's going on, like that game just starts to get really cool. I heard some people being like, yeah, once you get to a certain part, then it just goes downhill. And I'm like, no, dude, that story kept freaking that story had really good pacing. Really good pacing. Um to be completely honest, dude, the cutscenes never really outwore their welcome, and the transition was really good to each one of those. That I was like, wow, dude, this is pretty cool. Dude, I've played games that we watched like a long freaking cutscene. They're officially changing Starfield to Elder Scrolls Beyond, so people quit begging for for a new Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls New Hope. Oh yeah, dude. Well, yeah. Story wise, Mira, story wise and character wise, definitely better than 15. There are some, I mean, dude, 15 wasn't terrible, but that whole boy band thing, bro, with the angsty teen boys, yeah, dude, I didn't care for that too much. This here was significantly better. The combat for this game for Final Fantasy 16 is more Devil May Cry slash Castlevania, 3D Castlevania. Yes, I did. I preferred watching them dudes. Why when I right when I saw them two dudes kissing, bro, I was like, oh gosh, dude. I was like, man, I just made a video an hour ago. I just made a video. I was like, oh my gosh, now I got to get out the Bud Light can. I'm like, dude, PlayStation obviously forced Square Enix to putting that in there. It's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive. It's got to have two guys and two girls kissing. And they're like, all right, we'll do the two guys. And then you know what else is funny? One of the factions in Final Fantasy 16 represents like the Middle Eastern area, you know, like and I'm like, really, dude? I'm like, you're gonna represent like the Middle East people, but then you're gonna put two dudes kissing in your game, so you know the people in the Middle East are gonna ban this game. They're not gonna allow it over there. I'm like, really, man, really, all of that just because PlayStation needs to pander. I was like, dude, that's so dumb. I will tell you though that when it happened in the story, I was like, okay, man, like I didn't see it coming. I really didn't see it coming, especially with the person, the two people. It's not any of them, it's not any of like the people that you would control in the game. So it's not like it was like it I don't know. It was unnecessary, but whatever. Whatever. No, I didn't do the firehouse mission. Well, no, I didn't see anything negative in the game at all, man. Oh, but that was when my PS5 overheated. Just be like, oh man, that must have been when my PS5 overheated. I'm just joking. That's pretty bad. Hey, wait. You see, guys, 720p doesn't bug me. I got a 1440p monitor, bro. I played it in the I played it at the 30 frames per second mode. I played the 30 FPS high quality visuals mode. Dude, there was no way I was playing. Yeah, I it was choppy. I was like, man, I might as well just get used to it so it doesn't bug me. So after I played through the demo again at 30 frames per second, I thought, you know what, this is fine. Because the first time I played through the demo, you know what, guys, I played a lot like Elden Ring, man. I played a lot like the Elden Ring quality mode where it was unlocked. It looks incredible though, man. Oh boy, does it look incredible. Dude, everything throughout the game, like every surface looked good, man. You know what I mean? Even out in the desert in the bright daylight, it looked good. It was a beautiful game. 1440p saved my ass on that one. 1440p, I love you. I love you. 1440p. 60 FPS would definitely be. So here's the thing, Elden Lord Raiden. When you get into combat, it drops all the settings to make sure you get a locked 60 frames per second. Selling selling 75% less than that's just the when Final Fantasy's dude, you guys gotta understand when Final Fantasy 15 came out, people were still buying discs. Everybody's moved to digital, man. Like people have moved to digital, especially for games like that. You're totally at the same wind up where you were with For Broken. Um, I think I'm a little bit higher with this one, to be completely honest. I love Forspoken, man. I love Forspoken too. Right now, you can't even keep a straight face. Right now, Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16 are probably are probably like the two best games from Square Enix. No, Stranger of Paradise is pretty good too. So Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy 16, and Forspoken are my three favorite games from Square Enix this generation so far. So far. I think they're doing pretty good. All three of them mature tones, all three of them are pretty dang good. So I'm liking those three games. I just beat the game though too, so I'm like feeling I'm still on like a honeymoon phase with it. If I wanted to watch a movie, I would have went to the movies. I would say during the very beginning of it, it is pretty heavy. It is pretty heavy story, pretty heavy cutscenes for the first few hours of the game. But then once you start to get into a groove and you start to get into the game, it's way more balanced than a lot of people are saying. It's definitely more. Final Fantasy VII Remake was the best for me. Um, well, I want to see how you feel after you beat this one. After you beat this one, I want to see how you feel about it. Come back to me after you beat this one and let me know how you're feeling about it. Sales of Final 16 aren't too hot. They might not be. They might not be. I mean, it's good, man. Well, see, here's the thing, man. You got a lot of people out there hating on it just because it's only on PlayStation too. Their sales will definitely increase once it comes to PC. I think digital's over 80% now, guys. I think digital's over 80% sales now. PlayStation and Xbox have definitely made it a lot more comfortable to buy digital. It is a stupid metric. The only people that use it are PlayStation fanboys. It's gonna sell better in the digital in the UK. I'm like, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares except for fanboys. Did her finger wagging. Well, yeah, I mean, digital is pretty much the new delivery system for your games, man. Like until it's PC. I don't know, man. I think that game's gonna bring those I think that game's gonna bring them 4090 cards to their knees. To their knees, man. Earning PS5s. That is pretty. I'm not even gonna lie, guys. That's freaking hilarious that it's shutting down PS5s, bro. Everybody that sat there and told me that them new PS5s with the smaller heat sinks were going to be better. I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. How are they feeling now, buddy? How's your brand new PS5 feeling with your super duper small heat sink feeling now, buddy? Frog, quite a difference between PC and console. I don't know, man. That game's got a lot of freak. See, that's the thing. It's highly optimized for PS5. It's not going to come out highly optimized for PC. I think it's gonna I think it's gonna it's gonna be an interesting game on PC for sure. We all know that. We're talking about Square Enix here. They're PC ports, bro. This is gonna be interesting. Shadow and Jeff about how a smaller heatsink is bad. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I see. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, Frog. It's more efficient for the PlayStation 5. I'm like, oh really? Oh really? Now you got PS5s out there shutting off because they can't play Final Fantasy 16. Oh my gosh. People are nah, those are old ones. Those are old ones. Dude, I've I've had this almost I've had my PS5 almost since launch. I have not cleaned it out or blown it out one time since I've had it. I did not have one problem, one glitch. You know what? Come to think about it, dude, the whole freaking playthrough of Final Fantasy 16, not one problem. Not one problem. Have you ever teared up playing any game? The Last of Us gets me every single time. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I kind of cried a little bit at the end of Forspoken. That's so bad. Never had a problem with my PS5 shut down playing Final Fantasy 16. Could it be because I bought it physically? Maybe, dude. If they're playing on a disc and your disc driver's running, if your disk drive is running at the same time, I played it digitally. Maybe that's what it is. It's the massive Sony fan machine breaks on the live stream. That made me believe it. If it wasn't for that, I would have thought it was an Xbox fans at the wind up. Possibly. How is it 720p native? It's not 720p native. It just drops to as low as 720p in combat. No shot wrong. Woo! PFP gets me every time. What's his name again? Next Gen 720. Hey, PlayStation is the winner, bro. It is the winner. 720p at 30 frames per second. 720p at 30 frames per second, dude. We've yet to see Xbox go that low. I never finished Gears 3, so I would not know. I got into Gears around 4. Next Gen 720. You guys are so bad. The ponies. How come they're not out there defending their 720p, man? This game launched at a perfect time. I noticed all the Starfield at 30 FPS chat. Oh, yeah. They all quit talking about it. They're like, oh, man, brick PS5s. And the gaming media is okay with that. What did you? Well, of course they're okay with that, dude. That's why I stick with PC. I prefer higher frame rates and higher resolution. I love my PC, but dude, I still actively want to play on my consoles. You know what I mean? Like, I like PC. I think it's fine and all, but I still prefer to play on the console 90% of the time. It just depends on the game too. Like, I don't know. Like, I beat Jedi Survivor on PC, and that was pretty good. That's why this game made a lot of bold claims, which is what is really catching the most crap for it. Don't need a day one patch. Yeah. Woo. Well, they said it was a really is what they said is it's very polished, and that's not a lie. It is very polished in the 30 frames per second mode. It is very polished. Having an unstable 60 FPS performance mode doesn't necessarily mean it's not finished. It just means that the PlayStation 5 is a weak piece of crap and it couldn't do it. Sad face. Sad face. The PlayStation 5 isn't what Sony said it was going to be. Square Enix proved it. Square Enix came out and they're like, oh, yeah? Well, let's see how strong your PS5 is. Because I guarantee you, man, the visuals in Final Fantasy 16 are way better than they are in God of War Ragnarok. Once you see this game on PC, you will understand that like they spared no expense in building an amazing visual experience for the PS5. They did. Same with Forspoken. Forspoken looks incredible on PC, and it looks all right on PS5. I played through that on the performance mode, dropping down to 720p, and it was fine on the monitor. And it's using upscaling to hit, yeah, it's like 1080p. PlayStation 5 is weak, man. It's a 1080p box. 1080p, 30 frames per second, man. Square Enix talked this game up quite a bit and couldn't deliver that in the end. I don't think they I don't know, man. I don't really believe that. I don't they did talk it up. It did deliver on like on the polish for sure. I didn't run into any bugs or any glitches. I didn't get stuck in any walls. I didn't have any like restarting. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. Yeah, dude, I didn't have any of the bugs. I didn't have any weird NPC moments. I didn't have any. I didn't have any weird bugs in the cutscenes or anything. Like all of that felt really, really polished. Game of the year right now, Final Fantasy 16 gets it. Maybe. Final Fantasy 16 was good. And they did bring in the Bud Light moment, so I think it's got a good chance. There's a Bud Light moment, so it's got a good chance of winning. I don't know. I think the only game that's really the only two games that can really challenge Final Fantasy 16 for me right now is Diablo 4 and probably Starfield. No way in hell Spider-Man 2 is going to be as good as Final Fantasy 16. King Mario is going to win. I don't really see a lot of flaws with it though, Cabbage. That's the thing, man. Like all you guys are like hanging on to this whatever Digital Foundry shit said, and I played through the game and I had a great time with it. I don't listen to Digital Foundry, dude. I think they are a cancer in the video game industry. They're cancer. Their console war fuel is is ridiculous, man. Who cares? I mean, I could see if you're on a 4K TV, you're not going to have the best time visually with Final Fantasy 16 in performance mode for sure. If it's dropping to 720p, yeah, it's going to be pretty harsh. That's going to be very harsh. But from what I played on my 4K TV before I decided to play it on the monitor, I would have been okay. I would have been okay. That's all right. Somebody said 11 hours of cutscenes. I don't think I recorded most of my gameplay footage, and I don't think there was 11 hours. But I think my playtime was close to 40 hours. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I gave up on that game after 30 hours. It just started feeling like I was doing the same thing over and over and over and over. When he said it was a bad game, you can't enjoy the game. I'm saying Xbox would be. You're right. Xbox would 100% be eviscerated for it. But this isn't a PlayStation game, guys. This is a Square Enix game. Until PlayStation buys Square Enix, I don't think it's fair to put Square Enix in that camp, bro. Like I don't. They don't own them. I think PlayStation did probably obviously fund a lot of this game though. But I don't know. I don't think it's fair to put Square Enix in the PlayStation camp right now. But you're right, dude. If this was an Xbox game coming out on Xbox, it would get eviscerated. It is. The PlayStation 5 is weak, bro. I'm not going to blame Square Enix for PlayStation's pathetic PS5. We've already been down this road before, man. I used to complain about it all the time. The PlayStation 5 is weak, very weak. Xbox Series X is kind of weak, man. Both of these consoles are kind of weak. And once we start seeing these better and I mean it was the same thing. It's the same thing with Jedi Survivor on the Xbox. It drops all the way down to 8.6 or 964p or something. You know what I mean? Doesn't go as low as 720, but it gets down there, man. $400 console. You're right. It's a $400 console and it's weak. It's weak. Can't even do 720p at 60 frames per second, bro. That's kind of weak, man. Just last week, you were over here banging on about it being like, I've been saying this since the beginning of the PS5 is weak, man. It does have 2 more teraflops than the PS5, so we'd be getting 1080p at 30 frames per 60 frames or 45 frames a second. We'd be getting 964p on the Xbox. Teraflops. Yeah, dude. Ever since I bought a PC, dude. Ever since I bought this PC and I've seen what a PC can do, man. Like I've watched games bring my 3080 to its knees, and it's got 3 times the teraflops. 3 times the teraflops of the PS5. And I've seen my PS5. I've seen games bring my 3080 to its knees. Yeah, Go Packers is back to defend it. Why are you here to defend the PlayStation, bro? Like we're not even the PlayStation 5 is weak, bro. If we're starting to get to next gen games and they're going to 720p, bro, like the PS5 is weak. Wait a minute, Go Packers. That means I was right, bro. That means I was right. All that complaining I did back in the day, I was right, dude. I've been vindicated. You should be like, oh, you were right, Frog. I should probably apologize to you, Frog, for always giving you a hard time about talking bad about the PS5. I should apologize to you, man, because all my best good favorite e-beggars had led me astray. Yeah, you should apologize to me. You should be like, yeah, you're right, man. PS5 is kind of weak. It's okay. It's okay. The Series S is a 1080p console, bro. The Series S is definitely weak. It's definitely weak, man. But it's pretty consistent across the board. PlayStation 5 is pretty consistent. Well, see, here's the thing, dude. The Xbox Series S is more likely to hit its targets than the PlayStation 5, bro. The Series S is a potato. It's a potato, but it's still a good potato. See, that's the thing, man. The Series S, you can't really kick that much, bro, because it's going for a 1080p market, man. Like, how can you kick that? That's just dumb. That just sounds ignorant to kick the Series S when it's designed to run on like a 1080p TV or something, or a 1440p monitor. $1,000 PC to consoles. Well, yeah, like I've said, I've seen that's no, I'm not comparing $1,000 PC. I'm saying ever since I bought a PC, I no longer expect miracles from the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. Like I don't expect miracles from them. 4K 60? Okay, buddy. All right, man. All I say is if you guys are mad about the Xbox Series X and the PS5 not hitting 4K 60, then maybe I should be way madder that my freaking PC doesn't do 4K 60. Console vamp. Yeah, exactly, man. The fanboys, bro. The fanboys have ruined everything. They ruined gaming like they always do. Digital Foundry is their leader. I've even seen Xbots over there like, yeah, you guys are so good, man. Every time Digital Foundry says something good about Xbox games, them dudes are right there, not knowing the damage that they do. I would not give them guys any more freaking credit. They've ruined so many games for a lot of people, and they've made it so even I passed up a lot of games because of what they said. The PS5. That's so bad. The PS5 has more 720p games than the Series S. Yeah, because PlayStation goes out of their way to get exclusive 720p games. It's true. It is true. I don't think they're equal to a 2080. I don't think they're equal to a 2080 at all. I think maybe on some games they might give you like 2080 power on like a first person shooter or a racing game or something, but they're not. They're not. They're these things are. Oh, I think Sony probably paid for most of the funding on it. I think that's what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and remake and Rebirth as well. I think Sony is actively funding that, just like they did with Forspoken. That's the thing, man. Like they should have known. They should have known, dude. Like there's high expectations for these consoles because they rose the price $70. If they would have never rose the price, if they never would have raised the price $10 for these games, they would not be having the problems they're having right now. They would not be getting the hate. They would not be getting, but everybody's jumped onto it. They're like, yeah, we're not going to accept that. We need our 4K 60 frames a second, $70. You got all them channels out there that are just repeating this stuff over and over and over again. And it's like, you know what? I get what they're saying, but I'm a realist, man. I want to play video games. That's what I want to do. I want to play video games. So yeah, I either just become another negative YouTube channel and feed the monsters, or I try to help people be able to appreciate their gaming still. it every day it's a struggle. I'm not even joking, guys. Every day it's a struggle to try not to be a negative influence on YouTube. It really is. A 2060, I thought it was 8 gigs. I thought they have 8 gigs. Yeah, just the power supply alone, man. Like my 3080 is more power draw than both of the consoles. Just my 3080 alone. Thank you, Angry Tom. I appreciate that. I try to be, man. Like, dude, the fanboys try to drag me back into that nonsense every single day. Every single day. Like, I come out and I'm like, yeah, dude, Final Fantasy 16 was great. And they're like, oh, you 720p. And I'm like, I get it. I know, dude. I played it at 1440p. I played it at I played it at 30 frames per second, man. I had a good time with the game. I thought it was fine. I do highly recommend Final Fantasy 16 though. I do. I do. I definitely believe it's worth owning a PS5 for. But will the PS5 Super Duper Pro cost 650? Probably. Sony's gonna have to bring out a PS5 Pro, to be completely honest with you. If they got games like Final Fantasy 16 dropping at 720p, bro, they have to. They can't hide, but dude, they should have used checkerbirds, man. Well, you can't be more negative than Foxy Games. He got all butthurt on Twitter and told everybody that he sold his Series X. Personally, I feel like he's trolling for clicks. Well, of course he is. I used to, dude, when I was a PlayStation fan, fanboy mostly, or just a PlayStation only guy. Um, during last generation. Last generation was the first time that I didn't buy the consoles at launch. I didn't buy an Xbox at launch. And so I was watching, like Foxy Games and stuff like that. And yeah, dude. I think they're all e-beggars that just follow the negativity. Not even Dreamcast guy was that bad last generation. Dreamcast guy didn't start getting bad until this generation, dude. He completely changed. He's not the same. He's not the same anymore. Well, I mean, I could see him going negative around the time. I seen Dreamcast guys start going negative around the time that Ghost Recon Breakpoint launched. Just get a PC. Yeah, PC's expensive though, man. We're still in the console market, bro. We're still in the console market. There's a lot of people that can't afford to go out and buy a PC. Elden Lord Raiden, and like I'm not going to shame them for that, and I'm not going to try to FOMO them into it. I feel like the potential for FOMO is so much higher in the PC market than it is with the consoles. With the consoles, man, you're pretty much stuck with whatever you get. With PC, man, you get new components every single freaking year. So it's like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna upgrade? Am I gonna like? It's been really hard trying to keep just the 3080. I mean, FOMO got with me after the 3060 Ti, bro. I was like, oh, I need a 3080. You know what I mean? But I'm stopping right there because it does deliver my 1440p experience 99% of the time. So I'm fine with that. Dreamcast guy never plays his Dreamcast. Um, it depends on the resolution and the settings that you want, JB. I think you're probably at least at least $1,500 to get 60 frames per second. Maybe 1,000 now if you get some older stuff. I think you'll be able to run Starfield at 60 frames a second just because there won't be a lock. Um, I'll probably get the OLED monitor here in a couple more months. Couple more months around my daughter's birthday. So September. September's kind of the plan for it. Definitely depends on the resolution and the settings that you want, bro. If you're okay with 720p at 60 frames per second, you could probably get that for under $1,000. It melded off the hinge. It probably did. Well, I'm safe to say my PlayStation 5 survived Final Fantasy 16. You could probably get yourself a I bet a 3060 Ti 5800X. The hot station is a joke. It was even it even has a microwave deeps and let you know and oh gosh. He is going to play it at 1080p or 1440p. See, that's the thing, man. Like you've got a lot more freedom with your settings on PC, so you could probably I don't know. I did they ever tell us what the settings recommended PC equipment is for Starfield yet? I think, dude, I think just a mid range will probably do it. The 3060. I bet a 3060 with the 12 gig. I bet a 3060 12 gig with like a 50 maybe a 5600X possibly get you 60 frames at 1080p 1440p. Ryzen 7 3700. Yeah, yeah. So I bet a 3060 Ti ish would get you a 1080p 3060 12 gig because you're gonna want the VRAM. You're gonna need the VRAM, but I bet you could get I bet you could get 60 out of something like that, and that's probably $1,000 or less PC now. I love my C2 OLED TV. 16 gigabytes of VRAM is the standard from now on. Yeah, yeah. I might actually just end up going AMD. Don't necessarily care much. Hey, what's up, dude? Hi, what you got? What did somebody take you to the store? You walked all the way to the store and bought your own stuff. Did you take anybody with you? You took the boy? He walked? Is he okay? Oh, okay. That's the recommended specs by any means, not crazy high either. Going to miss the ray tracing? Not really. I usually turn the ray tracing off now as it is, man. Like I don't necessarily care for ray tracing too much. But I think a 7900 XTX. Well, see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing that I think. I think that most ray tracing is designed around the Nvidia cards. So I don't think they're actually making ray tracing for AMD cards. Because you've seen what the PS5 can do with Spider-Man. You've seen what it can do with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. If there was a way that they could use Sony tech for ray tracing for the consoles, I think they could do it. I think they could do it, man. Like ray traced or not ray traced, but checkerboards. They use the checkerboard rendering. Checkerboard that ray tracing. What do you mean that's not how it works? All ray tracing? Well, why does ray tracing work better on on a Nvidia cards? Actually, maybe it does. I don't know, man. Sony's ray tracing for Spider-Man and for Spider-Man and stuff on a weak ass PlayStation 5 did pretty well. I think they just need to find a way to optimize it for the way or AMD cards run ray tracing. I mean, Nvidia cards heavily rely on DLSS. Ooh, I got food, dog. Get away from me, dog. I think, I think that I don't know, man. I don't think the AMD cards are being fully utilized. I don't. I don't think they're being fully utilized. That XTX, that 7900 XTX has got a lot of power. It's got a lot of power, man. It's like what, 64 teraflops or something? That's a lot of power. That is a lot. That's double what my 3080 has. I just think you're anti AMD. Onyx. That's fine, man. Everybody has their preference. If Nvidia works better for you, that's fine, man. I mean, I was thinking about it a while back. Okay, I'll check it out. I might do it. I might just buy a card, put it in there, and check it out. Do I have to delete my NVIDIA drivers when I put in the AMD card? I think I think it'll be fun either way. I don't really use a whole lot of ray tracing, and I have tried a few games lately. I've been trying them with the FSR. It looks kind of okay. I know that Nvidia has RT cores, but every CU on the every CU on the AMD cards has a ray tracing thing too. I think ray tracing still got a little ways to go. I think Nvidia just found a way to make it work better with DLSS. Either way, it's gonna look fine. It's just like playing a console version, man. If they can make it work on a console, they should be able to make it work on the AMD cards. That's true. Ray tracing takes a lot of performance out of everything you're playing, so I don't know if it's worth it. They're asking a premium pro. Well, it does have less power than a 4090, but it's also $500 cheaper than a 4090 as well. And you're right, FSR is not really, I mean, it's about as good as checkerboard rendering. NVIDIA wants us to pay twice the price for fake frame rate. Don't get me wrong, man. I love PC gaming, but yeah, I know I get what I paid for. $1,000. Well, if I get the 4090, I got to rebuild the whole PC. If I buy the 7900 XTX, I just got to buy the card and slot it in. Remember, that's what they said. And my power supply is big enough for that card. Why do I want to pay the Nvidia tax? Well, Nvidia, they're not going to change their ways until PC building video. Does it come with an instruction booklet how to put it all together? Yeah, I was seeing this video from a dude that was playing. I should still get pretty good 1440p. I YouTube how to build a PC and follow the line of tech tips. How to build a PC turned out great. I like fuzzy checkerbirds. Well, see, I've got the 1440p monitor. It gets rid of the fuzzbirds. I'll have to watch some benchmarks on it and see if that's something I want to invest my money in. Well, I mean, if I go by if we go in the price friendly, shouldn't I be getting shouldn't I be going to buy an Intel graphics card? I can get that 70 A770 for like $300 with 16 gigs of VRAM. Sold my 3080 for 400 to a friend who was still rocking a 1060. And then I went to Best Buy and got the 4080. No regrets at all. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. That 4090 just seems a little bit way too overpriced. I mean, how many frames a second does it get on freaking without DLSS? What is it, like 16 frames a second on a Cyberpunk at 4K? That doesn't really sound like that much of an upgrade from the 8 frames a second that the 3090 got. It's double the power. It's double. You get 16 frames a second. It's less stuttery. Oh man, it's always fun. It's all fun and games till somebody mortgages their house for a graphics card, right? Am I right? Am I right? 4090 is better than the 3090. You get 16 frames a second on Cyberpunk. I will tell you this, man. Like I do want to play Phantom Liberty with that ray tracing. I thought with the maximum they were showing 16 frames a second. Well, if them NVIDIA cards, if the power supply plug is giving them problems, and they're having problems with that, like I don't know, man, I don't know. An example with your sim setup, pay for what you pay for. You told me that once. It is simple. It is. You get what you pay for when you come to sim racing. That is for sure. Right now with sim racing, my 3080 does 4K at 120 frames per second on all my games. So that's what I mainly play on my PC. Is them sim racing games. And I am quite satisfied with the performance that I get out of my 3080. I don't know, man. It kind of depends on how Forza Motorsport runs later this year. That's kind of what I'm waiting on to find out if I need a new card or not, so that I can run that at 4K 120. We'll find out where we go. So it's not sim racing, not very demanding. Yeah, exactly. Sim racing is not very demanding. I learned that, dude. I was running all of this stuff on my freaking 3060 Ti at the same thing. The only reason I bought the 3080 is because I thought I needed it for the channel. But lo and behold, I get about the exact same performance. Our software. How long does AMD continue to support their cards? I got a bad taste in my mouth with Nvidia with them not being able to get DLSS 3 on my 3080. Yeah, and to tell you the truth, the one wheel, the Camus 5 Newton meter feels better than the Fanatec, bro. And that's a $250 wheel. That's a $250 wheel, and it feels better than it feels better than my $1,300 one that I paid. Yeah. This little baby right here, this little Camus right here for $250 feels better than my Fanatec DD Pro. Feels better than my Fanatec DD Pro. And this one here is the cheapest one. This is the cheapest one from Camus. That one there is $250, and it feels more consistent across all the games that I play than the Fanatec does. Fanatec's just an expensive name. You're just paying for a name. And you don't believe me? They dropped the PC one. You can get the CSL for what, $399 now? And then you can have a direct drive wheel, and that Camus feels better. Line video reflex is also nice to have too, but for somebody just looking for raw performance at a good price, AMD is still more. I'm pretty sure I'd be 100% happy with the AMD card. I'm just waiting for them to send me a free one. I have the T248, and this thing is a joke. Comparing it to, and yeah, honestly, man, buy the Camus Onyx for your PC. Buy that Camus one, that one that I just showed you, the C5. I think it's available now. I think it is available now. I thought they made these available now. Let me check. Kamish Shim Racing. $249.99. You can buy it right now on the Cams thing. You can buy it now. It is available now. And you get everything in here. Power cable. And then a set of pedals with it too. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, you can get the pedals. Idiot drivers, I would, yeah. I mean, if you're not gonna do the, if you're not gonna like really go like this, that's a good price, man. $250 for this wheel setup is awesome. All right, let's see. Discord. I kind of want the I kind of want the one that they have. Like, is that the one that you got, Sev? Is this one right here, the Merc 310? Because mine has to have two 8 pins. I get Resident Evil 4 with it. See, that's got three 8 pins. I can't use that. I need the standard one. Oh, it's got three 8 pins, but you get an adapter for a 2 pin. Yeah, if I get an adapter for a 2 pin, that'll be fine. Okay. Because then I can hang on to my pre-built just a little bit longer. Is that card going to be longer than my than the one I got now? Than that 3080? I think that card I got's a triple fan too. AMD 7900 XTX. What about if I just get the regular one, the 7900 XT? It's got 20 gigs. That would give me 1440p, right? Ooh, 6950. Damn, I guess I could just run over to Best Buy and get it. Gosh dang it. Now I'm starting to think about this. Yeah, my 3080 is good so far. Trey Pang 2 on the PC, great FPS. Nice. I will look into it. All right, my friends. Well, I'm going to go watch some TV with Mama. You guys have a good night. I thought I would come and say hi because I basically ignored you guys for 2 days. Options to upgrade if you choose not to go the NVIDIA route. Oh, I know. I've been looking at the 7900 XTX. I don't know. I'm still weighing my options. But I'll see you guys later, man. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.